April is taking a break, apparently. April, you let your hair down. Are you feeling more comfortable doing this work?
I'm taking an unofficial break.
You're not supposed to talk with your mouth full.
It's not full.
I'm playing with you. So the next project we're going to do is tackle this thermostat. The reason why is because it, oh, by the way, I don't have an air conditioner in here. I think I went through that through video number 1. If you want to watch that, when we did the walkthrough, we saw that there's no air conditioner, but we do have a heating system. So this thermostat looks to be relatively new. However, the buttons that you push to set the temperature up and down are not working. Therefore, it makes it useless. And as you can see, it's 76 in here. It's getting kind of hot, and we want to be able to regulate the heat. So we're going to take this out. And I know for a fact you've never done this before, right?
No.
Okay, so you have no idea about low voltage.
No.
So a thermostat works on a 24-volt system. So inside of the closet over there where the furnace is at, you have direct power 110 that goes to the furnace, and then it splits off that 110 and goes to a transformer, and it transforms that 110 down to 24 volt. So 24 volt wires are in here. There's 4 of them. And the reason there's 4 is because you have a power, you have a neutral, which is usually red and white, and then you have a blue and a green. Usually that's the way it runs. The red is usually for heat, and then the green is usually for air conditioner, although sometimes that wire is blue. So if you remember cold blue, right, that would be for air conditioning, and then hot red would be for heat, and then the other 2 wires are your power wires. And that's how simple it is. So to change one of these out, literally this is only attached by a couple of screws. We're gonna take those screws out of the wall, we're gonna take out the 4 wires, and we're gonna just reverse the process when we put the new thermostat in. But first things first, you wanna make sure you turn off the power, because if you don't turn off the power to this and you short the wires, you could short out your new thermostat, and therefore the $30 or $40 you spent for it flushes down the toilet. So the easiest way to figure out where your power is at, every furnace has a switch on the inside. Just, April, just turn that, no, don't take the cover off. You're not, there's no way, this is way above your pay grade. There's nothing in here that you can work on. But it's okay. There's a switch right in there, a wall switch.
Oh.
That
I
wall...
thought you meant a wall switch. I thought I had to take this off and then switch it up.
Yeah, I know. But that's okay. You're learning.
Yeah.
And this is your learning curve. So the switch that you're going to have in every single furnace, I don't care where you're at, there's always a switch near your furnace. That's going to shut down your fan, it's going to shut down your gas, it's going to shut down all power related to your heating system right there. And now for a fact, I know that we have no power going to that thermostat. And the only reason there's still digits that are showing on the thermostat is because there are 2 batteries in here, which you already saw. And our new thermostat has 2 batteries. That keeps the time record and keeps things just in case the power goes out. And that's all that is. So our new thermostat we have right over here, and we're going to need a couple of smaller screwdrivers, because the smaller screwdrivers are for your smaller wires. Inside of there, the 24 volt wires are very, very tiny, and I just have all kinds of small screwdrivers, so I'm just going to grab a bunch of them. And this is our new thermostat that we're putting in. This also has a couple of batteries, which I didn't pick up. April, can you go get those batteries? They're on the floor over there. So this new thermostat is a Honeywell, and it's very basic. It doesn't do programming and all that stuff. It looks like programmable, but it's not. And so I don't really care about that it's programmable. It has the AC and the heat and the off and on and auto and all that stuff, and that's all I care about. And so inside of here, this bag, there should be some screws and anchors. Those are the 2 screws that hold it to the wall, and that's it. That's simple. So this is always kind of sketchy on how these are actually attached. Usually you have this top cover that will come out, and there should be a pressure point somewhere to make this top cover come out. Sometimes there are screws in there, but I'm not seeing the screws, so unless they're at the bottom. No? Here. Well, that's one way to do it. Again, your 4 wires that are going in here, as I already talked about, if I can separate them. So you have your green, whoops, what color is that? Blue?
Blue.
Okay, so you have your green, your red, blue, and white. And that's all there is to it. And I said power before. This is actually meant for heat, so that's not your power one. But anyway, taking those screws out is a very simple process, using a small screwdriver like this, and yeah, just back them out.
All of these?
All of them. Now on the instruction sheet of your new thermostat, when you buy one, it's going to tell you exactly where these wires go. So, you know, you could, hold on April, somewhere on here there's markings where it shows, right? You see the markings, so it's usually just an initial, you see it? Like an R, a W, you know, whatever the markings are. Do you see them? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's going to tell you. So all of these line up to all of these wires line up to all of these markings. So this last one, or the first one you're taking out is white, so there should be a W right below that, right? Okay, yep. It's that easy. Truly it is.
So one says G, one it says RC, Y.
Right. Yeah, don't worry about the double color numbers. That's not really important. It's a single color. And again, sometimes the green is transferable to a different color. So it could be, instead of green, it could be purple or whatever. The thing about electrical is never get too confused about wire colors, because somebody else retroactively could come in here and put up their own wires, and these all could be white for all you know. But you kind of sort of have to know what you're doing with regard to electrical in order to not get confused. But I'm going to go ahead and get a drill, because more than likely there's a stud behind here that holds these on. Put that in reverse.
Now these right here?
Yes, those are what anchor this plate to the wall, which is what we're going to reverse on. So I think the right screw is on a stud. Usually they try and put in thermostats close to a stud so you have a good anchoring.
Now wait.
That's reverse. You got it.
So that's what I'm trying to do, right?
Yes.
But that, like, we'll have this shape and then this shape right here.
Okay, that's a straight. So what you're going to need is one of these other screwdrivers that I pulled out. And it has a straight edge. Oh, you have one in your tool pouch. So right here, and you're going to take this, or just pull the whole thing out. Okay, and then turn it around. There you go.
Okay.
Ta-da! More than likely, because I'm not seeing a plastic anchor in the wall, more than likely this already hit a stud, which is great. This one seems a little loose, so I don't know if there's a stud there, but it looks like there might be an anchor there too, so that tells me maybe not. Either which way, these wires all pull out. Once they're all loose, they pull out, and we're done. That's easy. And then it's just a reverse process of the new thermostat, so there's going to be the same issue going on with the cover. Here, hold the camera. So the same issue going on with the cover, there is a way to detach this cover. Okay, so this is right side up. So this is the way that I just took it out, and that's the way you want to put it back in. And here's your initials again, you know, and then here's your screw points that you just saw. And then this just attaches back on once the batteries are inserted. And these wires would line up. Whoops. Butterfingers today. So, how did I have this? So these these screw points would line up to those color of the wires, and you're just reversing the whole process you just saw. So the process has continued with the new thermostat being put in. The screws, we got lucky, the screws actually lined up to the holes perfectly, so it's very stable. The wiring is a bit different. Again, you're looking at these letters down here, so you have a white, you have a red, you have a green and a blue. They're not next to each other like the old one was. So sometimes it helps to read the directions because the directions are going to tell you exactly which wires go to which, but it's not going to mean anything to you if you don't know which wires do the function that they're supposed to do. Another oddity on this is that in the package, they actually gave me AA batteries, which are down here, and the thermostat itself takes AAA batteries, so I don't know what happened there. But those batteries have to go in place, as I said, for your LED readout.
What's this oil right here on these? Like to lubricate these?
Yes, exactly. So that way you don't have rust and things like that build up, or what's it called? There's a little white powdery substance that builds up over time. Okay. And so the easy part about this is you should be able to just plug it back in. And as I said, the LED is showing. So now that the LED is showing, we know the batteries work, but we don't know the heating system. Oh, by the way, before I forget, those wires, those 4 wires you saw in there, I tightened them down, but what you want to do is also pull on them after you tighten them down to make sure that they're tight. If they're not, you're going to have a malfunction with your thermostat. So that's something else good to know. Just pull on, give it a little tug, make sure that you have it tight. And then you put this back in, and then, you know, just, what's it set on now for auto? So you're going to put it on heat.
Put the switch on.
Well, we're going to put the switch on in a minute, but we're going to call for heat first.
Okay.
So this is heat on the left side. This is auto, which is where it needs to be. If you put it on, it's just going to run the fan. Nothing's going to happen. Of course, we don't have AC, so we can't test that, but we will test the heat. So April, if you want to turn the switch back on in the closet, and with any luck, we will have ignition.